Remember yesterday I said, is it recommended to share this PEM file to everyone? No. So you need to keep the keepers very safe. And also, if you cannot share these keys to everyone, how do they retrieve the password? Correct? It's not possible, right? So that topic, I'll keep it aside for some time because today we need to talk about two important topics. So if I talk on that, so this will, in middle, we cannot disconnect. For that reason, let's take a new topic on that. We'll talk on that later. So today, this is a very small topic, which is called cluster networking instances. What is a cluster networking instances? So generally, what do you think? What is cluster? What is cluster? Can we say group of machines, a group of servers? Or here servers, we call it as instances. So can we call it as group of instances? We call it as cluster? Yes. So group of instances is called the cluster. So cluster meaning here group of servers or group of EC2 instances. And this group is called placement group. What group? This group is called what group, Nana? Placement group. Okay, so this group is called the placement group. So now, see this. Let's say you went and launched 10 EC2 instances. How many? 10. 10 EC2 instances you have launched. Can you tell me the EC2 instances will be sitting on the backend host machines only, no? It will be sitting on the host machine. You tell me now, all these 10 machines will sit in the single machine? All the 10 EC2 instances will sit in the single host machine? No. So it will be distributed, no? Yes or no? You will launch 10 EC2, all the 10 EC2 instances will sit in the one host machine, nah? No. It will be distributed, correct? Okay, now, what is this placement group meaning? First of all, what is a group? Group. Collection of users. We call it as group. Okay, now you tell me. In our college days, I'm just telling this for fun, okay? Don't take it seriously. So in our college days, we had this habit, no? If someone said something to our friend, what we'll do? We'll go single and talk to him, or we'll go with the group. We'll go with the, you also, huh? Okay, you also go with the group. Okay, so group, huh? So if you go with the group, the performance will be high or low. If it's single person, high or low. You understand? What is the meaning of group? So group, if you are grouping it, what will happen? You will get a high performance. So let's say, for example, so I have few EC2 instances. Instead of having this EC2 instance in different host machines, can I group all the EC2 instances in the single availability zone in the same rack in the backend? If I have my EC2 instance next to next, how is the performance? High or not? Now I'm talking about the data center in the backend, AWS data center. AWS data center has the racks, racks. So when you launch the EC2 instance, it will go and sit in the host machine. Assume all the EC2 instances are sitting in the same rack. And the speed between these EC2 instances will be higher or lower? High, because they are sitting next to next. Now let's say, for example, but all the EC2 instances sitting in the same rack. What happens if that rack goes down? All the machines are gone. But you have a high performance. But how about the high availability? You have a low high availability or high availability? High availability. If that rack goes down, everything goes down, right? So you have a super high availability or low high availability? Low high availability. But performance? High performance. So you need to compromise one thing here. If you want to have a high performance, go with this type of group. There is another group also. Your EC2 instances are spread across different availability zones. Your EC2 instances are spread across multiple availability zones. I'm grouping those EC2 instances across availability zones. You tell me, compared to the previous one, the speed will be higher, lower here? Low. But high availability is higher, lower? High. You getting it? So based on your requirement, you can group the EC2 instances. I'm not talking about outside, accessing from outside. I'm talking about within the EC2 instances. Let's say you have web server, application server, database server. Can I have all these things in one group? Because the speed between web server to application server, application databases should be very fast. I'm not talking about from customer point of view. I'm talking within the EC2 instances. So now we have here, I'll first write the problem. So when you launch a new EC2 instance, what will happen? The EC2 service will place the instance such a way that all your instances are spread out across different hardwares. Agree? So when you launch the EC2 instance, what will happen? All the EC2 instances will be spread across different hardwares. That meaning host machines. Now I want to group it. So basically we have three types of group. How many types of group? Three types of group. Number one, we call it as cluster placement group. What group? Number two, spread placement group. Number three, partition placement group. Partition placement group. So what are the three types of placement groups, Nana? Louder. Cluster placement group, spread placement group, partition placement group. So cluster placement group meaning grouping the EC2 instances in the same availability zone, not multiple availability zone. It is in the same availability zone, same rack. So that is cluster. In this case, you have a super high performance or not? Yes, you have a high performance, but high availability, lower, higher? Low. Very good. So here, grouping the instances in same or single availability zone, same rack. So for here, you have a high performance. High performance, low high availability. Now spread meaning what? Grouping the instances across availability zones. Correct or not? Spread meaning what? Spreaded across availability zones. So I'll write EC2 instances are spread across availability zones. So how about the high availability? You have a very good high availability. Now you tell me, I'm giving one scenario. I have very critical applications. It should never go down. Which one would you suggest? Cluster or spread? Spread. I want to have a super high performance. Doesn't matter about the high availability. Which one would you suggest? Cluster. This is how you need to do it. So for critical applications, go for this. But the problem here is in spread placement group, for availability, for one availability zone, you can have maximum 7 instances. How many? In one availability zone, how many EC2 instances you can launch? 7. That meaning you can group maximum how many EC2 instances in 3 availability zones? How much? 21. 7 3s are 21. So 21 EC2 instances you can group. That is the problem here. So if you need to go with the more, if you want to group more EC2 instances, then go for the partition placement group. Which one, Anna? Partition placement group. Partition placement groups also across availability zone. Here maximum partitions you can create is, how many partitions you can create here? 7 partitions. How many partitions? 7. And one partition can contains hundreds of EC2 instances. How many partitions you can create? Hundreds. How many partitions you can create? 7 partitions. In each partitions, how many EC2 instances you can have? Hundreds of. That meaning many EC2 instances you can have. But here again risk. If partition goes down, all your 100 EC2 instances will go down. So you need to be very wise to choose which placement group that you need. Based on your requirement, you need to choose the placement group. All these things is all about giving the good performance. Okay, so I'll draw one diagram and you tell me which placement group is that. So this is already online people answered. Which group is this? Cluster EC2, EC2. And all EC2 instances are in 1A, 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 1A. Nana, and tell me, in your home you have internet connection. No, how much speed that do you have? How much? Huh? 5 Mbps. How much you have? In your home, how much you have? Internet connection? 200 Mbps, huh? Okay, so some people have 50, some people have 100, 150, 200. Correct? Mbps. Which one? Mbps. And I'm telling you here, the speed between two EC2 instances. The speed between two EC2 instances is 20 Gbps. How much? 20 Gbps. That meaning just imagine how much speed it is. So if you want to have a super speed between the EC2 instances, go with the placement group concept. And also tell me, in placement group, can we have multiple EC2 instances in one group? Yes. You tell me now, in one group, the EC2 instance should be in the same instance type or different instance types? Same instance types or different instance types? Which is the instance type that we should be using it? T2 micro, no? So in the group, you need to have the same, okay, let's say in group, I have 10 machines. All these 10 machines should be with the same instance type or different instance types are? Tell me. Cheppu. Huh? Same or different? Okay, I'll give you. So some people saying it can be different. Okay. Now you said now in college days you want to go with the group for a discussion. Discussion meaning. So when you're going with a group and all your friends in the group will be like one 6th class guy, one 7th class guy, one 10th class guy, one your small brother, elder sister. Will you go like this? Or will you go with the same kind of guys? So if you want to have a good performance, you will have a same type or different type. So here also in placement group, if you need to have a good performance, the instance type should be same or different. Like this. Okay. So placement group recommended to have same, that meaning homogeneous instance type. Now, what is homogeneous meaning? Same instance type, because there is one certification question saying that homogeneous. So homogeneous meaning same instance type. Similar. So first, what you need to do is very simple. You don't need to do anything here. There is an option called create placement group. Click on create. Which one you select? Cluster A, spread A, partition A, select it. Create it. That's it. And we are launching the EC2 instance. Select which group that you want to be that EC2 instance. That's it. We no need to do anything here, right? When launching the EC2 instance, so when you are launching the EC2 instance, you can select which placement group you want to keep the instance. That's it. Okay. Is it clear on cluster placement groups? So how many types of groups are there? 3 types. What are those? Cluster, spreader, partition. Quickly. If I want to have my EC2 instance in the same availability zone, same rack, which one? Cluster. And my EC2 instance can be in different availability zones also. I want to group it. Which one? Spread. So in one availability zone, how many EC2 instances I can have in spread? 7. And if I want to have more EC2 instances, then go for the partition. How many partitions you can create? 7 partitions. How many? 7. In each partition, how many EC2 instances you can have? Hundreds of EC2 instances. So based on the requirement, you need to choose any of the group. Okay. Now, anyways, offline people, they are watching me here. I'm watching them. Online people, as this is very important topic, again, caution, please get up, sit properly. Okay. Don't lie it on your stomach again. Sit properly. Okay. Throw out your phones if you're not in laptops. If you're watching this session in phone, don't throw the phones. Okay. Okay. Anyways, so this is a very important topic. Please concentrate. Okay. So if you ask to repeat, it's difficult to repeat the whole topic. That's the reason I'll go very slow. So please concentrate. Okay, Nana? Online. Okay. Okay. Concentrate. I'll make this bloody easy. Don't worry, but concentrate. Okay. So next concept here is security groups. What is that? Very, very, very important. What is that? Security group. So as the name clearly says, what is this about? Security. What is this about? Security. So whenever talking about security, security is very important or not? For that reason, I said this is very important topic because we deal with the security. So now, before I talk about the security group, I want to remind you one topic. Firewall. What is firewall? Yeah. What is firewall? Which stops unauthorized access to the network. Remember? So firewall is the guy who will be stopping all unauthorized access. So what the firewall will do? Firewall will allow or firewall will deny. What are the two words? Tell me. Allow, deny. So I'll start with that first. Firewall. So what is firewall? Which stops unauthorized access to the network. Okay. Now, this firewall in EC2, we call it as security group. What is this firewall called in EC2? Security group. So security groups is nothing but it act like a firewall. What does it do? Firewall, it will allow or it will deny. It will allow or it will deny. So now, based on this, can you tell me the definition of security group? Security group meaning, can I say like this? Security group stops unauthorized access to the EC2 instance. So we have the EC2 instance. So if you want to secure your EC2 instance, what you need to do as a kavach on top of it? Security group. So what is the kavach of EC2 instance? security group. So the layer on top of it. So if you want to secure your EC2 instance, what you need to attach? Security group you need to attach. So every EC2 instance should have the security group. So please remember, okay, you can think like this. If you want to talk to Bahubali, to whom you need to talk first? Kattappa, right? So Kattappa is like a security group here, and EC2 instance is Bahubali. But if Kattappa is compromised, Bahubali is Khatam. Correct or not? So security group is very, very important. So you should not get compromised with the security group. So now you understand? So if you want to talk to EC2 instance, first you need to talk to whom? Security group. So can we say that security group secure the EC2 instance? Yeah. Kattappa is securing our Bahubali, no? Similarly, so security group is also securing our EC2 instance. So now security group meaning, can I write like this? Security group stops unauthorized access to the network EC2 instance. EC2 instance. And also security group is used to secure the EC2 instance. Also, can I say security group acts like a firewall to secure the EC2 instance? Very good. Security groups acts like a firewall to secure the EC2 instance. So you have to be very, very careful on the security groups, right? If security group is compromised, your EC2 instance is hacked or it's not secure, it's not safe. Okay. So don't think that don't think that because if something has happened on the security group, EC2 instance is gone. So if you want to secure it, go with the security group. So first of all, let me draw one hypnotism diagram for you. You know this already. What is this top layer called? AWS. So outer layer is what, Nana? AWS. Inside? Very good. Region. Inside the region? VPC. After that? Inside the availability zone, we have the EC2 instance. So I'm introducing you a few things. Don't worry, we'll talk on this today. We have, what is that? NACL. On top of it, we have security group. Then we have the EC2 instance. Of course, availability zone is there. I don't have space. So then you have the EC2 instance. So if you want to talk to the EC2 instance, you need to cross all these things. That means understood how secure our EC2 instance is? Somewhere sitting inside somewhere, right? So if you want to talk to him, you need to cross all these things and then talk to EC2 instance. So let us talk about all these things. Anyways, we are entire thing is AWS. Inside that, we are in the Mumbai region. Inside that, if you want to secure our entire infrastructure, all your entire infrastructure should be inside the VPC. So inside the VPC, we have NACL. We'll talk about NACL, but NACL meaning don't think it is sodium chloride, right? NaCl is not sodium chloride. So that's what I said. Vamsi Krishna, after security group, we have availability zone. I don't have space for tapas. Okay. For that reason, I skipped that. Okay. So, Nana, very important thing. Security group has two types of rules. How many rules are there? Two types of rules. In Bahubali kingdom also, Mahishmati, people can go in and people can go out. Two rules. People can go in or people can go out. When you're going in, you will have a security check or not? While going out, do you have security check? Not required. So similarly here also, we have, guys, the rock here is EC2 instance. The main goal is the EC2 instance. So on top of it, we have security group. So security groups have two types of rules. How many types of rules? Two types. One is called inbound rule. What is that? Inbound rule. Another one is called, how do you know? Wow. One is inbound rule, another one is outbound rule. Correct. So inbound rule, outbound rule. You know very well. Inbound meaning what? Which is incoming traffic. Outbound meaning outgoing traffic. So now you tell me, by default, listen this carefully. So inbound rules is not, it is all about traffic only, no, here. Yes or no? So traffic meaning what are the protocols that need to allow, what are the protocols should be blocked. This is all about, security group is all about protocols. What is that? Traffic meaning how we are entering the traffic. Protocol, you want HTTP, allow. You want HTTPS, allow. You don't want SSH, don't allow. You don't want RTP, don't allow. It is all about protocols. It's all about protocols. Okay, now, by default, inbound rules are allowed, deny. Oh, you want example, huh? You have your favorite Mahishmati kingdom. By default, everyone can go inside. Allow or deny? Here also same thing, Nana. So by default, inbound rules are deny. By default, inbound rules are deny. Similarly, by default, outbound rules are allowed or deny? Allowed. You understand? You go to the shopping mall. When you're going inside the shopping mall, what he'll do at the gate, he will do the massage, no? I mean, security check. Yes or no? He'll do the security check. So that meaning inbound, he's checking everything. While going outbound, will he check? You don't check. Similarly, but inbound rules are allowed or deny? Inbound rules are allowed or deny? By default, inbound rules are deny. Okay, now, assume I am the king. Very difficult, but try to assume. Huh? So, you are coming inside my kingdom. By default, everyone are allowed. So, by default, inbound rules are allowed or deny? So, in front of me, I have a big wall. In front of me, I have big wall. Of course, I have my Katapa also, right? So, I am a Bahumali. What, sir? So, I'm just kidding. Huh? So, assume I am Bahubali, right? In front of me, who will I have? Kattappa will be there. So, if I am EC2 instance, who is in front of me? Security group. Who is in front of me? Security group. Okay. So, I am Bahubali and I have the Kattappa and then I have a wall. My compound wall. Now, tell me, by default, inbound rules are allowed or deny? Deny. Whoever is required, then only I'll allow. Yes or no? Let's say if Rahul, if Rahul is coming, I'll say allow Rahul. Allow Rahul. So when Rahul is allowing, I'll allow only Rahul. If I am allowing only Rahul, rest of the people are allowed or deny? Because by default, everything is deny. Whoever is required for you, only allow it. Similarly, here also, you have the EC2 instance, and on the EC2 instance, you have the security group. In security group, you have inbound rules. So whatever the protocols that you want to do the inbound, only do it. Rest are all deny. Rest are all deny. Let me give an example here. This is the EC2 instance, okay? So this is the EC2 instance. Nana, this is EC2 instance. I have application inside it. You tell me this EC2 instance is secured by? This EC2 instance is secured by? EC2 instance secured by security group. Okay. This is secured by. By default, inbound rules are allowed or deny? So that is a plain security group. No one is allowed. By default, everything is deny. Now, I want to access my application there. What is the protocol that I need to allow in the security group? If I want to access the application, how do you access your application? Website. HTTP. Fantastic, Nana. What is that? HTTP. So, what I do, I go and allow. What protocol I need to allow? HTTP. What's the port number? HTTP. You know how it looked like for me. I know. So yesterday only I saw some meme. Mummy, Lulu Malgochina. Okay, so just joking, Nana. So very good. So HTTP port number is 80. HTTPS port number is 443. Good. So now here I want to access the application here. I want to access the application. So what is the protocol that I need to allow? HTTP. Now you tell me I have allowed HTTP on port number 80. Now I want to log into the EC2 instance. I want to log into the EC2 instance. This is a Linux EC2 instance. What is the protocol that I need to allow? Which one? SSH. So whatever I need to go ahead and then allow it. Allow what protocol? SSH. So this is allow SSH. On which port number? 20. So these are called inbound rules. What are these called? Inbound rules. Now tell me, RDP is allowed? RDP is allowed in this case? So rest are all deny. Rest are all deny. Rest are all deny. You understanding? You understood, Nana? So by default, there are two types of rules. What are those? Inbound rules, outbound rules. So by default, inbound rules are louder. By default, inbound rules are deny. Outbound rules are allowed. Do we need to really worry about outbound rules? No, forget about it. So by default, it is allowed. So if you are very careful while allowing inside, you don't need to worry about going outside. Because if you are very careful while allowing inside, do you need to worry about going outside? No, because only the secure persons are coming inside it. Trusted people. So I no need to do the recheck again for going out. Right? Fantastic, Nana. So just to tell you, what is RDP? Remote desktop protocol is used to log in or connect to which machines? Remotely to the Windows EC2 instance. How about SSH? Which machines? Linux machines. This is for reference, I'm writing. HTTP or HTTPS. This one is used to connect to access the application. Nana, what I would say is, don't call it as websites. Call it as applications. Call it as applications. You can call website also, because layman people call website. Right? So, see, if I'm calling website application, which one is good? Similar, right? Call it as application. Is it clear, Nana, till here? Online, is it clear? So here, security group has how many rules? 2 rules. What are those? Very good. Inbound rules and outbound rules. So what is inbound rule? Yes, which allows the traffic towards EC2 instance. Outbound rule? Yes, which sends the traffic outside EC2 instance. No, by default, inbound rules are allowed or deny? By default, inbound rules are deny. Outbound rules? Rules are allowed. Now tell me, think and answer. Huh? See here. Is it possible to deny protocol in security group? I'm saying think and answer. I know the first answer that you will get is wrong in your mind. I said think and answer. Is it possible to deny protocol in security group? Hmm? Some people say yes, some people no, some people say no, and some people maybe. Tell me, yes or no. So is it possible to deny protocol in security group? Answer is no. Answer is no. Because Nana, assume this wall is security group. This wall is security group. Backside of the wall, we have EC2 instance. By default, everything is allowed or denied. Wall, no. Everything is denied. If I want to allow, I'll put a hole and send HTTP inside. I'm allowing. What I'm doing? Allowing. Is it possible to deny separately? Because everything is denied by default. By default, everything is denied. Whichever is required, you allow it. Otherwise, everything is denied. So question here is it possible to deny protocol in security group? No. What is the reason? Because already everything is denied. What you can do? You can only allow. Very good. So I'm writing, is it possible to deny protocol in security group? What is your answer? No, because by default, yes, by default, inbound rules are already denied. So in security group, we can only allow, you cannot deny, correct? In security group, you can only allow, you cannot deny. Agree? In security group, we can only allow, you cannot specifically deny. So if you say, for example, sir, I want to deny now. I have allowed SSH protocol. I want to deny SSH protocol. What do you do? Remove it, no? Remove the SSH. Delete the SSH rule. In inbound, you need to create a rule. You need to add the protocol. Remove that protocol, no? That is called deny only. Very good. So do you all agree that every EC2 instance should have at least one security group attached? Every EC2 instance must have at least one security group attached. Okay. We have the EC2 instance here. So EC2 instance is secured by security group. Two types of rules. What are those? Inbound, outbound. Inbound and then outbound. By default, inbound rules are deny. So everything is deny. Deny. Outbound rules? Allow. If you want to allow any protocol, what you need to do? You need to in inbound, you need to allow it. What you need to allow, it's up to you. Based on a requirement, you can allow it. Nana, can you create multiple security groups? Yes. One EC2 instance can have multiple security group attached? Yes. Nana. One security group can be attached to multiple EC2 instances at the same time? Yes. However you want to use, you can use the security groups. One EC2 instance can have multiple security groups. One security group can be attached to multiple EC2 instances, no issues. Okay. So here you can create multiple security groups, and you can attach multiple security groups to a single EC2 instance. Okay, so now, very important, Nana, see here. Do you remember in AWS, AWS are giving few things all the time default. Like do we have a default VPC? Remember, we have a default VPC. Similarly, here also, AWS is giving you one default security group. What is it? Is AWS is giving default security. Every account, every region, if you go to EC2 service, there will be one security group already created. What is that security group called? Default security group. What is that? Default security group. So question here is, sir, can we use default security groups or should we create a new security group? Guys, I'll tell you one thing. You tell me first one. You tell me first. So do I need to create a new security groups or should we use a default security group? Newer, defaulta. Okay. Now I'll tell you the logic and you tell me which one we should follow. Okay. So here I have EC2 instances here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say I have how many EC2 instances? 4. Sir, why only 4? I don't have space. Okay. Now you tell me. I have 4 EC2 instances. Every EC2 instance should attach the security group, no? So that meaning every EC2 instance will have its security group. You tell me how many EC2 instances are there? 4 are there. How many security groups will you create for this? That is a question. 1, 4. Huh? Okay. I'll take your answer now. Huh? So you said 4, no? 1, 2, 3, 4. So you created 4 security groups. And the security group name is security group 1, first one. Security group 2, security group 3, security group 4. How many you created? 4. You have 100 EC2 instances now. How many security groups will you create? 100, huh? So managing these many security groups is difficult or not? It is very difficult. So Nana, you need to attach security group for every EC2 instance. That is 100% sure. But do you need to attach the same security group or different security groups? We need to think on. So assume that you have 4 security groups now. As we are very new, as you guys are very new to the EC2, right? It is not recommended for you to create multiple security groups because you will get confused. You will get confused. So for example, let's say you want to log into the second EC2 instance. You want to log into the second EC2 instance, which is Linux. That meaning which protocol we need to know? SSH. So now I want to log into the second EC2 instance. But you might be adding the protocol in the first security group. You added the rule in first security group, but you are logging into the second EC2 instance. Will it work? It will not work because you are attaching, it is different security groups, no? It is a different security. It will not work. So that is the reason. Then you will come to me saying that, sir, I have enabled the rule, but I'm not able to log in, sir. For that reason, instead of creating multiple security groups, let's have only one security group until we are familiar with it. So which is that security group that we should be using it? Default security group. So for all the EC2 instance, which is the security group that we use? Default security group. Understood? Understood? You can create no issues. You can create no issues. But until we are familiar with it, let's go with the default security group. Don't create new security groups. If you are familiar, let's say you have 10 security groups, and then you know which security group that you need to add the rule and which EC2 instance has which security group attached. When you are comfortable with all those topics, then you create a new security groups. Until then, let's go with the only one sec. How many EC2 instances that you create? default security group will be there, will be attached for it. Okay, now should I tell you in real time how do we create, how do we use it, security group, how do we create, how many we create? Let's take that 3-tier architecture. What is this? Load balancer. And after that, what we have? EC2 instance. Application servers. After that, we have what? Database servers. Correct or not? Okay, see here. This is load. What is load balancer called? ELB. So we have EC2, EC2, EC2. And then here we have application inside it. Application. This is a DB. Load balancer is sending the traffic to this. Nana. Chitty. I don't have space to write all web server, app server and all. So now you tell me in real time, for all, should I go with one default security group? In real time, should I, for all things, for all the infrastructure, should I use only one security group? Not good. You cannot do that. So what we need to do is, for load balancer, can I create a separate security group? Yes or no? I call it as ELBSG. ELBSG, load balancer security group. And for this guy, separately app servers, I create a separate security group. And this one we call it as app SG. And for that, I create a separate security group called what SG? DBSG. So like this, individually, you need to create for the group. So based on that individual, because application servers, I need to allow few protocols. Database servers, I need to allow few protocols. For load balancer, I need to allow few protocols. So individual protocols, right? Let's say if you're using only one security group, DB server has, let's say MS SQL 1433 protocol is there. For load balancer also, I need to put 1433. Not required. For only database only, I need to put it. Then why you are having enabling for a load balancer also? Not good, no. For that reason, individually you create a security group for the group. Okay, now, as per the correct Aline. So now you tell me, Nana, see, load balancers should listen on which protocol? Load balancer should listen on which protocol? Load balancer should listen on which protocol? Load balancer is ELB only. Okay. ELB should listen on which protocol? Protocol. Load balancer should receive on which protocol? HTTP, no. Your website, yeah? Your website, right? So your load balancer should listen on which protocol? HTTP or HTTP? Yes. So load balancer work on which protocol? HTTP or HTTPS. You tell me all the users should connect to the load balancer, or all the users should connect it like this? Load balancer. See, architecture. So do you enable all the people to connect like this and this? 100% not good. So you need to block here itself, everyone. For that reason, if you are using only one security, can you block like that? No. That's why you individually create the security group and block individually. What kind of traffic that should allow? Only allow here. What kind of traffic should be allowed on this security group? Only allow that. What kind of traffic should be allowed only to the DBSG? Only allow that, not everything. This is how you need to secure it. Now tell me, so everyone are accessing our load balancer. Okay, good. So this is called, okay, now load balancer listening on which protocol? HTTP and HTTPS, correct? From where you should listen? Source. From where? From where it should take the request? From everyone, no? Yes or no? From everyone in the internet. From everyone from the internet, they need to receive the traffic, correct? So there are 3 types of sources now. Custom, anywhere, my IP. What are the three types of sources? Custom, anywhere, my IP. Again, one more time. Custom, anywhere, my IP. Now you tell me, if load balancer need to be accessed by everyone, so which is the source that I should use? Which is the source I need to use out of this? Anywhere. What is meaning of anywhere? Anyone can access. Anyone can access. I want only few people to access my load balancer. I want only myself want to access my load balancer. In our course, which one you should use? My IP, because you are the one you should be using it, not everyone. We are doing just testing, no? Practicing, no? So we have three types of rules. What are those? Three types of sources. What are those? Custom, anywhere, my IP. So now you tell me, load balancer security group source should be what? Anywhere, correct? Anywhere. Very good. You tell me here. Source should be what? For app SG? From where the traffic should come? Yes. Which one? Load balancers. Which one? ELB SG. So the traffic should come from only load balancer. If my traffic is coming from outside, can I allow? Can I allow like this? No, because I'm allowing only source is load balancer. So the traffic should come from here only. See how I'm securing it. For this one, for DBSG, what is the source for DBSG? Which one? AppSG. You getting it? This is how we need to design in real time. Got this? Clear? Is it clear? Everyone, any questions? Super. Okay. So one EC2 instance can have multiple security groups? Yes or no? Yes. If you have EC2 instance like this, 1, 2, 3 EC2 instances. So you can have individual EC2 instance can have its own security groups also, no problem. Individual can have its own security groups. Or I can have for all EC2 instances, I can have only also one security group. Agree? So one EC2, for one instance, you can attach many security groups attached. One security group can be attached to multiple EC2 instances, attached to many EC2s. How many types of sources are there? 3. What are those? Custom. Yes. Custom, anywhere, my. Custom, anywhere, and my. So AWS EC2 has a default security group. So which is the group that we should be using it? Default security group. Now another question. If I create a brand new security group, by default inbound rules are allowed or deny? Deny. Doesn't. A brand new security group, all inbound rules are deny. Outbound rules? And outbound rules are allowed. Okay, another question for you. If I allow any inbound rule, do I need to allow that an outbound rule? Yes or no? No, not required. If I allow any inbound rule, do I need to allow that an outbound rule? No. So if you allow any inbound rule, you no need to allow on outbound rule, because by default outbound rules are allowed. By default everything is allowed. No, what is there you to allow separately? Because everything is allowed. So if you allow any inbound rule, you no need to allow that on outbound rule. Nana, this is called stateful. What is this called? security groups are stateful. Security groups are certification question. Security groups are stateful. Okay, I'll give you one more. If you allow any inbound rule, you must allow on outbound rule. No. This is called stateless. What is this called? Or NACLs are stateless. NACLs are stateless. So which one is stateful? Security groups are stateful. NACLs are stateless. Till security group it is clear. Don't worry about NACL. See, we'll go to that NACL point. Hold on. Is it clear till here, everyone? So this is certification question. Which one is stateless? NACL or security group? If you are confusing, remember like this. Guys, security will be always full of energetic. Security is always full, right? See, our Jawan guys, everyone are very full, energetic, no? So remember, security groups are stateful and rest NACLs are stateless. So now let's talk about NACLs. Now, very, very important. As I said, NACL meaning not sodium chloride. What we call network access control list. What is that? Network access control list. See here. Now, is this clear till here, everyone? No questions, no? Okay. So network access control lists are also same like security groups only. Are same like security groups, but it is an additional layer of security for the EC2 instance. Additional layer, right? So now you have EC2 instance, and EC2 instance is secured by security group. On top of it also, it is secured by NACL. So it is optional for you whether you want to use NACL or not. No one will teach NACL, guys. No one will talk about NACLs, but we'll learn about NACLs also because it is very important. You can do a lots of security breaches. We can handle it also. Let's talk. So can we say it is another layer of security for EC2 instance? Yes. Say another layer of security to the EC2 instance. Like security group, NACL also has inbound rules and outbound rules. Zainul, you need to wait. Hold on. Okay. So can you say if you want to tight security, then go with NACL. So if you want to strict or tighten the security, enable the NACL. So similarly, like security groups, NACLs also has inbound rule and outbound rule. NACL also has inbound rule and then outbound rule. Now, based on this diagram, you tell me which one will hit first, that hypnotism diagram. Which one will hit first? Which one will hit first? NACLs will hit first. Then security group. So that meaning first we need to talk about NACL, no? So for that reason, first which one will hit? NACL will hit first and then security group. Okay, so let us talk about what is NACL. Very important. Please listen this carefully. Now, whatever we create in AWS, everything should be inside the VPC or not? Inside the VPC. Now tell me, in key pair section, we have learned this. In key pair section, we have learned this. IP addresses will be provided by whom? AWS only, no? How do AWS knows what kind of IP address that the EC2 instance should have? That meaning, so firstly in AWS, what we need to do is we need to create a VPC. What we need to create, Nana? VPC. You need to create a VPC. While creating a VPC, you need to give the network range. You need to give the network. Let's say 192.168.0.0/16. Don't worry about this. We'll talk in the VPC section. But for now, assume that this is a network range. What is that? Network range. There are so many network ranges you can use. At the moment, AWS is using 172.31.0.0/16. Guys, there are so many network ranges. So VPC is a big network range. Now, similarly, now see, I have a big room. I have a big room. Now I have this room. Take this room. This is a big, complete, big room. Assume this room is a VPC. Now we have girls and boys here. Can I do the partition in between? So can I say, can I have an isolated rooms? Can I partition my VPCs? Guys, that isolated network that I create, we call it as subnet. What we call? Subnet is a isolated network inside the VPC. So can I create multiple subnets inside the VPC? Yes. How much big your VPC, those many subnets you can create. So I have this room. Can I create only two VPC, two subnets? Yes. 4, 5, 6, up to me. Up to me. So here, as I don't have space, I'll create only two subnets. How many subnets I create, Anna? Two subnets. What is subnet? Can we say it is an isolated network? It's an isolated network inside the VPC. We call it as subnet. Okay, now I call it as, see here, important. Subnet 1, this one we call it as subnet 2. Can I create subnet 3 also? I can create subnet 3 also. I don't have space, that's why. Can I create subnet 4 also? I can create. So, Nana, remember, each subnet is associated with one availability zone. Where do you launch in EC2 instance? In availability zone only, you know. That means indirectly you are launching in subnet only, you know. So I partition these three subnets here in this room. So only these people will be in one subnet. Other people will be in other subnet. So you guys are all EC2 instances here. So can I have my EC2 instance in each and every subnets? Yes. And each subnet is associated to one availability zone. So one subnet is associated to one availability zone, and second one is in 1B. Third one is in subnet 4. In Mumbai, how many availability zones are there? What are those? 1A, 1B, 1C. Do we have 1D? Now subnet 4, where should I put? 1A. Where should I put? 1A. You're getting it? Now question I'm asking. One subnet is associated to one availability zone, correct? See me. One subnet is associated to one availability zone, correct? One subnet can be in multiple availability zones at the same time? No. One subnet cannot be in multiple availability zones at the same time. If subnet 1 is in 1A, subnet 1 is 1A only. Subnet 1 can be in 1A, 1B, 1C. No. One subnet cannot be associated to multiple availability zone. One subnet is associated to only one availability zone. Now, one availability zone can have multiple subnets? Yes. You're getting it? I'll write. These are all certification questions now. So, one subnet is associated to one availability zone. Agree? I need to respond, Nana. One subnet is associated to one availability zone. One subnet cannot be associated to multiple availability zones at the same time. No. One availability zone can have multiple subnets. Multiple subnets. You got these points? You got these points? Okay. So now, please, you can write later by taking picture, okay? Because you need to concentrate here. Okay, see here. So I went and launched. Can I launch EC2 instance inside this subnet, Anna? I went and launched EC2 instance inside this subnet. Here is very important topic. I went and launched EC2 instance inside the subnet. Now tell me, each subnet Each EC2 instances have its own security groups or not? It can be having one security group also. It can be having multiple security groups also. Very important. See here, listen. Now, all of a sudden, guys, listen this. All of a sudden, some hacker hacked your environment and you got to know he's hacking on SSH protocol. You want to stop that. What will you do? What will you do? Your EC2 instance is getting hacked with SSH protocol. You need to stop that hacking. What will you do? What do you need to do? Remove SSH protocol. Remove SSH protocol. Yes or no? Remove SSH protocol. But how much time will it take? Because how many security groups might be there? There might be many, no? Will you go to each and every security group and remove SSH, 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 SSH? By the time you remove, hacker will complete all his work and he'll go. Yes or no? In this place, our NACLs will work like a gem. Because, guys, NACLs are not EC2 instance level. NACLs is for the entire subnet level. What is the entire subnet level? One NACL can contain so many EC2 instances. So NACL is the entire subnet level. Security group is the EC2 instance level. So now, and very good thing is, very good thing is, in NACLs, you can deny specifically. In security group, can you deny? In NACLs, you can specifically deny it. So now, can I simply go to this NACL? Can I simply go to this NACL and deny it? Can I write a rule saying that SSH deny? And then whatever is there in the inside the subnet, inside this NACL, whoever EC2 instances are attached to this NACL, for everyone SSH will be denied. You're getting it? You got this point? Understand? So fantastic. So security group is EC2 instance level. Agree? Whereas NACL is subnet level. Very important certification question. No. Security group is which level? EC2 instance level. And subnet NACL is subnet level. Very good. NACL is mandatory. NACLs are optional for you. If you want to tighten the security, use it. Otherwise, no. See here. Many people, they don't talk about the NACLs because I'll tell you the logic. Do we have a default security group? Inbound rules are allowed or deny? We also have a default NACL, but their inbound rules are allowed. That's the reason why no one will talk about NACL, because everything is allowed. No, if everything is allowed, anyone talk about NACL? No. If NACL is denying there, then first they will talk about NACL. You understand? So do we have a default NACL? Yes, you have a default NACL. But for default NACL, inbound rules and outbound rules are both are allowed or deny? Allowed. But whenever you create a new NACL, inbound rules are denied. But for default, it is allowed. But when you create a new one, it is denied. You getting it? Okay. So this is the EC2 instance. Now tell me this. EC2, which is Linux. So EC2 instance is secured by security group. Agree? And on top of it, what we have on top of the security group? NACL we have. Now, on security group, I have allowed SSH. You tell me this, guys, tell me this. On NACL, I have denied. Tell me whether can I log into EC2 instance or not? Can I log into the EC2 instance or not? Guys, on security group, I have allowed SSH. But NACL, I have deny SSH. Can I log into the EC2 instance? Answer is no. Because who will stop? NACL will stop first. Here. No. One subnet is associated to one NACL or not? Agree? One subnet can be associated to multiple NACLs, huh? No. One subnet should not be associated to multiple NACLs. No. One NACL can have multiple subnets? Yes, one NACL can have multiple subnets. Is this clear? You getting it? Is it clear now till here? So for your easy purpose, what I'll do is, remember in childhood days, we write the differences, no? In your notebook. Yes or no? Should I write the differences for you? Security group. Guys, I'm doing all these things for who? For you only. Okay. Tell me one by one. Do we have inbound rules in security group? Inbound rules, outbound rules? Inbound rules and outbound rules are there. In NACLs also, do we have inbound rules, outbound rules? Yes. Do we have a default security group? Don't worry about spellings, huh? And also here we have a default NACL. Default NACL we have. Which one will hit first? Security group or NACL? Security group will hit after NACL. Here, who will hit first? NACL will hit first and then security group. By default, inbound rules are with default inbound rules are denied. Here, by default, inbound rules and outbound rules are excellent. Excellent. Outbound rules are allowed. Can you deny in security group? You cannot deny on security group. Can you deny in NACL? Huh? On NACLs, we can deny and allow also. Both we can do. No. If you create any new security group, inbound rules are? Yes. If you create any new security groups, inbound rules are deny and outbound rules allowed. Here, if you create any new NACL, inbound rules are deny, outbound rules are also fantastic. So security groups are which level? Instance level. NACLs are security groups are stateful or stateless? Security groups are stateful. NACLs are stateless. If you allow any inbound rules, do you need to allow that on outbound rules? No. But in NACLs? Yes. If you allow any inbound rules, you no need to allow on outbound rules. Here, if you allow any inbound rule, you must allow also on outbound rule. Clear? Understood? Difficult topic in an easiest way. Okay, good. So take the screenshots. Enough for today. Hurry up. Done. Okay. Second one. Okay. And third one. And the fourth one. Okay, ma? Nice. All right. So I hope it has injected. Okay. But the only thing is there is no harm to revise it. So please go and revise little bit now only. You go home now, right? And then take just 10 minutes. Because as we have learned just now, so if you just revise it, it will go and right in your brains. So very good. So can you give a final CC for today, please? Online. CC with smile. Great. So that is all, guys, for today. And I'll see you tomorrow with the next topic. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day and see you tomorrow. Good night.